The following sports broadcast is a special presentation of Talk Radio WRNR Martinsburg. It's time for the excitement of West Virginia high school basketball, featuring the Martinsburg Bulldogs. Today's high school basketball broadcast is being brought to you by
Miller Honda of Winchester, the Mirius Group at Ameriprise Financial, Parsons Ford, Smallwood Small Insurance, Miller's Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, the Berkeley County Health Department, Luttrell LC Real Estate Attorney, Mike Folk for Governor, W. Harley Miller Systems, Carpet World, Bechtel Jewelers, Hagerstown Ford, the Brown Funeral Homes, WVU Medicine, and Panhandle Dumpsters.
And now, let's go courtside and join our Talk Radio WRNR broadcast team with today's pregame show.
Good evening across the Eastern Panhandle, wherever you may be tuning in. Welcome into West Virginia High School basketball. Don't know where the football came from. Welcome into West Virginia High School basketball. It is the Martinsburg Bulldogs in Charlestown taking on the Washington Patriots on this Tuesday evening. Matt Crawford here with you, along with Matt Miller. Switching up roles this evening. Matt still dealing with a little bit of laryngitis. So I will be handling the play-by-play duties tonight, although I'm not sure that's a good idea when I'm starting it with football, but we'll see how it goes. John Alderton is our TV10 cameraman. Back at the station is Eric Sterick, our producer and engineer. Matt, a good matchup, another EPAC matchup tonight. Martinsburg's second of the year following what was a great basketball game on a Friday night against Musselman.
Yeah, Martinsburg and Musselman played a real back-and-forth type of game that the Bulldogs were actually down by one at the half, 34-33. Had a solid third quarter to take a three-point lead and then stretch that out in that fourth quarter as Martinsburg went on for the 8-point victory. Did a great job with their outside shooting as they were able to knock down 8 3-pointers, and you look at what they did again from the foul line, 7 3-pointers, and what they did from the foul line, shooting 63%. Very important in a close ball game.
Yeah, looking forward to this one tonight. Martinsburg coming off of 2 games ago, their best offensive productivity in really the last couple of seasons, nonetheless just this year, 107 points against Stafford. And I was curious last game to see how they would take that 107-point outing and use that offensively. And I thought they played a completely different game offensively than what they did in that Stafford game.
Well, and part of that is, Musselman is going to come out, and Coach Derek Basile prides himself on coming up with those defenses that can help to slow down the Martinsburg Bulldogs. And Martinsburg did a nice job in their half-court offense, and when they could, getting that tempo up where they like it to be, getting up and down the floor.
For the Washington Patriots, 3-3 on the season under first-year head coach Trent Hilliard, and for Washington, it's been one-on, one-off basically.
Yeah, that's it. They lost their opener at Fort Hill, 85-72, and since that time, win one, lose one, win one, lose one. They're coming off of a victory on Saturday, closing out last week with a 65-45 win here at home against Broad Fording Christian Academy. That has them at 3-3 on the season, trying for their first, I know you can't quite call it a winning streak, but at least putting together back-to-back.
All right, that is our look at both of these teams, or at least the preliminary look, as Washington now on the court starting their warm-ups. Martinsburg has been on the floor since the JV game had wrapped up. Another tight one for the Martinsburg JV squad, but this time getting a win, unlike last time out against Musselman at home when they fell in that contest.
They were down by 5 at the half. We're still down going into quarter number 4 by a couple of points, but rallied in that fourth quarter, did a great job down the stretch to be able to pull out a 51-49 victory. And don't forget, they rallied in that game against Musselman. Remember, Martinsburg came from behind and got the 49-47 win, so that JV team is now 4-1.
All right, we will take a look at the girls team and the freshman team a little bit later in the pregame and at the half. Right now we need to get in our first break of the pregame show, this 60-second timeout. The pregame show is brought to you by W. Harley Miller Systems, providing custom integration services for home and office automation, home theater, networking, audio, video distribution, and more. Phone them at 304-350-1931. Back with more of the pregame show after this. This is West Virginia High School basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV10.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%. Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
Let's talk trash, because when it comes to trash, you have options. Panhandle Dumpsters is a local family-owned garbage hauling company serving both residential and commercial customers with weekly trash pickup, dumpster service, yard waste pickup, and bulk pickups too. Panhandle Dumpsters will give you a free trash can and provide curbside service for just $23 a month. Panhandle Dumpsters features a fleet of quieter, eco-friendly garbage trucks, thereby reducing the noise usually associated with pickup. Switch now and save up to 30%. Call 833-DUMP-STR, panhandledumpsters.com.
Welcome back into Washington High School, the W. Harley Miller Systems pregame show. Pregame for Martinsburg visiting the Washington Patriots, but it's time right now to take a look at what else is going on around the Eastern Panhandle with our check of the area schedule. Maddie, what else is going on?
Well, if we look at the Hedgesville schedule, not much going on until the end of this week as they get ready to host Musselman on Friday. Hedgesville 9-2, coming off of a pair of wins over the weekend. They knocked off Spring Mills on Friday night, 54-22, and then Cesar Chavez out of the D.C. area on Saturday, 55-42. Musselman off to a very good start to the season. Meanwhile, Spring Mills scheduled to be in action this evening. They are on the road. They are playing at Fort Hill. The Cardinal boys trying to snap what's right now a 4-game slide after that loss against Hedgesville on Friday. That dropped the Cardinals to 3 wins and 5 losses on the season. We'll see if they can get back to their winning ways tonight. It's
really been a skid since that Skip Fowler Memorial Basketball Tournament after what was a good start for a team that had question marks going into the season. So it was a pleasant surprise seeing them come in with the record they had into that holiday tournament at Martinsburg. But since those games against North Stafford and against Freedom High, they just have not been able to play team basketball.
Jefferson tonight is taking on Musselman, and that game, according to, as I'm looking at this, I've got Jefferson on one schedule saying that it is at Musselman, and yet on the Musselman schedule it says it is at Jefferson. So
I believe it's at Jefferson from everything that I've read.
That's what I am assuming as well, as that game at Jefferson tonight. And that's an interesting matchup. Hedgesville's dropped 3 straight with that loss to Martinsburg last Friday, 65-57. That has Musselman at 3 wins and 4 losses after a 3-1 start. Meanwhile, Jefferson has won 2 in a row, 3 of their last 4, lifting them to 5-3 on the season. Want to see how that one plays out tonight.
Yeah, 2 young teams, 2 teams that, similar to Spring Mills, you weren't quite sure the maturity and the level of which both of those teams were going to play coming into the season. But after we saw Musselman on Friday night, that is a very good basketball team. That is a team that is going to surprise, I think, a lot of people around the state later on in the season. But once again, a tough year in the EPAC, and you're going to have to earn your way to Charleston this year. There are going to be no free rides on the boys' side or girls' side, really.
Well, let's turn to that girls' side as these 2 programs. We've got Martinsburg here at Washington tonight. They met back at Martinsburg last night, and it was the Lady Bulldogs picking up their 5th straight win to improve to 6-2. 62-22 was the final, and for the Washington girls, that drops them to 1-7 as they have now lost 5 consecutive games. Hedgesville last night did not play. In fact, they have not played since Saturday when they scored a victory against Broad Fording Christian Academy, 65-15. That lifts them to 4-7 as they snapped a 3-game slide. Hedgesville is scheduled to host Musselman, it looks like, this Friday evening. So that may be one of the girls and boys double headers like we saw Hedgesville and Spring Mills do this past Friday.
You starting to get used to those yet?
Not yet. Not yet. I checked the schedule wondering what maybe Martinsburg and Hedgesville were doing that, but it is not listed on either schedule that way. Meanwhile, the Jefferson girls, they got a big win against Musselman yesterday, 61-47. That is 2 wins in a row and 3 in the last 4 for the Lady Cougars, who improved to 6-6. And for Musselman, another tough loss after losing to Martinsburg late last week. They lost at home against Morgantown on Saturday, and now the loss yesterday against Jefferson. That's 3 in a row for Musselman as they fall now to 8-4.
After what was an 8-game win streak in the beginning of their season, so hopefully they can halt that losing streak and get back to their winning ways.
Meanwhile, the Spring Mills girls, they are hosting St. James School tonight after suffering a loss at North Marion on Saturday. Spring Mills is now 3-6 on the season. And we mentioned Washington with that loss against Martinsburg. Next up for them will be a matchup against Hedgesville.
All right, that's our check of the area schedule. Another 60-second break to take, and then when we come back with our W. Harley Miller Systems pregame show, we will talk with Martinsburg head coach Dave Rogers. Again, that coming up after this 1-minute timeout. This is West Virginia High School basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV10.
My name is Monica. I'm an elementary school teacher.
My name is Mitch. I'm a graphic design specialist.
We have 4 children. Currently we have life and auto insurance with Erie. Our agent is helping us to move our homeowners insurance to Erie as well.
They've always been a good company and good customer service. If anything ever happens to me, my family will be protected.
Your local Erie agent in Martinsburg is Smallwood & Small Insurance. Get a quote at smallwoodandsmall.com.
W. Harley Miller Systems understands the need and desire for reliable and affordable smart home solutions. Secure your home with a security system and keep a close eye on your family. Automate your home with a Control4 system and have smart technology work as one. Set daily schedules to control your thermostats. Push a button and set the mood for dinner by dimming lights and playing music, or just sit back and enjoy a movie in your own home theater. Put decades of experience to work for you. Visit us at whmsystems.com or call 304-350-1931.
You don't have anything.
I do have something. I watched it record. Welcome back into the W. Harley Miller Systems pregame show. We are efforting to get our pre-recorded interview with Martinsburg head coach Dave Rogers, trying to find that on our recording device, but right now just going to preview this matchup a little bit more. Washington coming off of an 8-17 campaign last season. That was a loss in the regional round to Musselman, 78-33, so that's how their season ended last year. This series so far, 11 seasons. This is now a year number 11 in Washington, or for Washington High School. 22-4 is the Martinsburg advantage in this series. Martinsburg has won 11 in a row, and the last win for Washington was back in 2014 when they swept the Martinsburg Bulldogs on their way to a 25-1 season. It's now, I believe, time to hear from Martinsburg head coach Dave Rogers. Got our conversation started recapping that win against Musselman on Friday. All right, Coach, let's just start with coming off of a good EPAC win against Musselman. What was the attitude after your team after that big regional win?
Well, I tell you what, we did not get a very good shot to see them, and I thought Musselman was a little better than I think people give them credit for, especially with their record. I like their size. I like they get some shooters, and we went back and looked at the film, and there's some things we're giving too many open shots. You have to contest every shot. And but I thought, down the stretch they did a good job. Our kids came back, hung in tough, and scored when we had to score.
How big was it to have, for a limited time, Trey Sager back and that? It looks like it's probably only going to be 2 with weather, but how do you approach practice in a 3-game week?
Well, you definitely can't run their legs out. You got to do a lot of work, a lot of half court, and then you think about it, then you're off Sunday, and Monday, Martin Luther King Day, we go to Morgantown. So, starting Friday, you had 3 games in 4 days, and that's tough on us, especially when we're not extremely real deep right now.
You talked about giving up too many open shots against Musselman. That was coming off of what was your better performance of the season in that game against Stafford. How do you get back to the way offensively that I'm sure you were pleased
you can do. So we have to concentrate. We went back. We didn't block off well. You just got to go back and, when we watch film, we tell kids things that we're doing wrong are correctable today. We can get those corrected. You just have to make an effort to make sure you're putting your emphasis there.
Washington tonight, what do you see in the Patriots so far this year?
Well, they're running some 2-2-1. They're running some 2-3 zone out of bounds. They're running a passing game. They're trying to trap you a little bit at half court, even out of their man defense. So, we just have to try to get up and down the floor. We want to push the button. We want to push the momentum tonight, and we want to do some trapping ourselves.
Coach, thanks for the time. Good luck tonight.
Thank you, pal.
Martinsburg head coach Dave Rogers. All right, another 60-second break to take, and then we will be back with keys to the game in this one, brought to you by Luttrell LC. We will be back with that after this 1-minute timeout in the W. Harley Miller Systems pregame show. This is West Virginia High School Basketball on Talk Radio, WRNR, and TV 10.
The level of care that I got at WVU Medicine was top-notch.
If you're not progressing in healthcare, you're falling behind.
Is really an integration, looking at a clinical care network, looking at the good people who can help push the envelope and raise the bar for delivering a quality healthcare product.
To have my life back is absolutely a blessing. I am beyond thankful for WVU Medicine. I absolutely 100% have my life back.
Floodwaters can spread E. coli bacteria. Here's Bill Kearns from the Berkeley County Health Department about what to do if your well is tested positive.
If it's just a one-time contamination, you can superchlorinate your well, which we have instructions at the health department. They could call and talk to us. You're providing an excessive amount of bleach down the well. Then you do a runoff to get that out of the system, to get the bleach through your lines, get any contamination out of there. You do a runoff of so long, and then you can have it tested again.
The Berkeley County Health Department, 122 Waverly Court in Martinsburg. Call 304-263-5131.
Back into the pregame show. It's time for Keys to the Game, brought to you by Luttrell LC. Let Chris Luttrell hand you the keys to your new home for all your real estate legal needs. Call Luttrell LC at 304-267-3050. Matt, let's start with the visiting Martinsburg Bulldogs. What do they need to do to capitalize on what's been a pretty good run for them over the last several games?
Well, throughout the season, we've had a chance to talk with our cameraman, John Alderton, and I think it really comes down to the very simple things that he points out, and that is Martinsburg has to find a way to score more points than what Washington does, or maybe on the defensive end, hold them to fewer points than what Martinsburg scores. And while that sounds simple, that's not necessarily going to be an easy thing. Look, I think the key is this. Martinsburg has to play within themselves. They need to, get out and set the tempo that they like to set and be able to control this basketball game. Meanwhile, for the Washington Patriots, I think the thing they have to do is play within themselves. Look at the numbers. Washington is averaging 68 points a game and have had a high of 90 points this season. But this is not a game where I think they can do that. I don't think they can get into a run-and-gun type of matchup and outscore Martinsburg. So they've got to be able to try to control their tempo of the game and make sure that they don't end up in a run-and-gun. They've got to also protect the basketball. I'm not sure they've seen some of the quickness yet this season that they'll see from the Bulldogs.
There are your keys to the game. They have been a service of Chris Luttrell at Luttrell LC, locally owned. They know the business and are part of the community. You can win every time when it comes to your real estate legal needs. Just call Luttrell LC at 304-267-3050. Both teams going back to their benches, and we will keep it right here for the starting lineups. We're taking another quick break for the national anthem. Good crowd for a Tuesday night piling in behind us here at Washington High School. Let's start with the starting lineups for the Martinsburg Bulldogs. A little bit of a change-up for them. Starting lineups, again, brought to you by DNN Auto Specialists. If your vehicle is not starting properly, then start at DNN Auto to get it fixed right the first time. Family-owned and operated since 1974. Call 304-267-4078. Again, back to the Bulldogs. It'll be Trey Sager, the 6'3 junior forward down low. Number 11, Doran Smith, the 6'3 junior forward. 12, Telrin Villa, the 6'3 senior forward. Garrett Stobbs will start at one guard, the 6'1 junior, and then also at guard, 6'1 junior Anthony Smith. So Teddy Marshall is out of the lineup tonight. But talking with Coach Rogers beforehand, it won't be for too long that he's out of the starting lineups. And there is the head coach for the Martinsburg Bulldogs in his 41st season, Dave Rogers. For the Washington Patriots, they come in at 3 wins and 3 losses and are led by first-year head coach Trent Hilliard. Their starting lineup looks like this. Junior number 11, Trey Jackson, averaging about 7.4 points a game. Jalen Pooler is number 15, and he is a junior, averaging 8.6 points a game. Number 20, Jalen Wright, averaging 11 points this season. Danny Mullen, wearing number 22, is a senior, averaging 17.5, the leading scorer for the Washington Patriots. And William goes by, as we understand, Liam Morris. Number 23 is the senior, and he is averaging 13.3 a game. So again, the starting lineups for both teams. Washington, it's Jackson, Pooler, Wright, Mullen, and Morris. And for Martinsburg, it is Sager, Smith, that's Doran Smith, Telrin Villa, Garrett Stobbs, and number 21, Smith also, but Anthony Smith.
For Washington, while it is a new coaching, head coach this year in Trent Hilliard, he replaces Justin Brown, but Coach Hilliard was an assistant last year under Brown, so I can't imagine that we'll see a ton of change. William Fleming and Anthony Puller now serving as assistants. William Fleming was an assistant last year as well.
Starting lineups have been brought to you by D&N Auto Specialists, where honesty is their best policy. Specializing in exhaust, alignment, and tires. Call D&N Auto Specialists at 304-267-4078. We will pause here for the national anthem. Back in 2 minutes for the tip-off and the start of West Virginia high school basketball.
Get the biggest savings of the year at the 2019 Big Finish event going on now at Miller's Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Martinsburg. How about an all-new Ram 1500 LTD over $10,000 off plus 0% APR? A 2019 Ram HD 3500 over $7,000 off. A 2020 Jeep Compass is only $21,266. The all-new Chrysler Voyager is $27,479 plus 0% APR. And a 2019 Chrysler 300 is only $24,815. Celebrate the 2019 Big Finish with the deepest discounts and lowest APR of the year. No money down, no payments for 90 days. Great selection, great people, and great deals at Miller's Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, Route 9 at Kelly Island Road, home of the lifetime powertrain warranty. Online at millerschryslerjeep.com. Stock numbers 20126, 20017, 19347, 20135, 19232. All payments based on approved credit, taxes, tags, and processing fees extra. See dealer for details.
Hi, this is Eric from Hagerstown Ford. I keep telling you that Hagerstown Ford has completely changed the car buying experience forever. And with a return policy easier than Walmart, Hagerstown Ford has a goal to deliver 350 cars and trucks per month. And when I say deliver, I mean deliver to you, where you are, just like Amazon does. And if you don't want it, return it. No questions asked. The only way Hagerstown Ford can accomplish this extremely aggressive goal is to make the car buying process fast and easy. We simply refuse to play the dumb back and forth games that most dealerships want to play. There's absolutely no reason for you to waste your precious time at a car dealership. I assure you, there is no dealership from Winchester, Virginia to Washington, D.C. that can beat our price. There's no dealership that will allow you to return your new car if you don't want it. Hagerstown Ford absolutely has the best price, and we'll bring the car to you. And if you don't want it, return it, period. No questions asked. There's no reason to buy anywhere else. Visit HagerstownFord.com to schedule your VIP experience and get your new ride delivered to you.
Contact dealer for details.
We'll be back into Washington High School. Both teams down on the floor getting ready for the opening tip. I want to remind you our pregame show is a service of W. Harley Miller Systems, providing custom integration services to eliminate the need for a table full of remotes or dozens of apps on your cell phone. For more, call 304-350-1931. For the Washington Patriots, they'll be in the all-whites with Patriots across the front, blue with a red trim. For Martinsburg, the All Blacks Martinsburg in orange in the front. Tellenville in the jump circle. The opening tip does go to Martinsburg. Trey Sager has it now in the front court. Washington starting out in a little bit of man-to-man. A long two for Garrett Stobbs, and he knocks it down.
Yeah, nice job, Stobbs, from that right wing off the dribble. Got a little separation and hit the jumper.
Puller now has it in the front court, bringing it and starting the offense for Washington. Quick ball movement into that left wing. It was Jackson momentarily. He's driving down that baseline, puts it up from the low block. A contested shot, missed. Now back the other way comes Martinsburg, but a turnover, a lazy pass for Telrin Villa. Now back into the front court is Pooler. He's on that right wing, sends it down low. Low block move, going up and off the glass and in. 2 points for Danny Mullen. Traveling violation at the top of the key as he was looking to drive left down the left side of the lane.
2 early turnovers already for Martinsburg. One on a pass that was stolen, and now this turnover on the travel.
Inbounding on the far sideline from us as we sit courtside tonight. A different vantage point for us, Matt. Jalen Pooler bringing it into the front court for the Patriots. Working into that right side, now sends it back out top to Jackson. Jackson down low inside the foul line, jump shot off the back of the iron. That was Morse putting it up, but up and in with the tip back is Jalen Wright.
Yeah, good job by Wright. Got position inside of a Bulldog defender, was able to get it and put it in.
It's Trey Sager on that right wing. He'll step it out, now send it to Stobbs at the top of the key. A little hesitation. Sends it down low. Dorn Smith from about 8 feet and knocks it down.
Yeah, nice baseline jumper. No hesitation as he caught it and put it in.
Pooler again into the front court for Washington. Will slow it down and set up the offense. Sends it on that right side. Is Moylan with it. Now a dangerous high cross-court pass. Able to bring it down is Jackson. Jackson, a couple of crossover dribbles, now brings it out to the top of the key. Looking to hand it off, nowhere to go, gets a high ball screen. He'll drive baseline up. Contact made, but it's going to be a player control foul on number 11, Trey Jackson. Good job down low by Anthony Smith to hold those feet on the low block.
Yeah, there you go. Anthony Smith got that position, held his ground, and drew the charge. That's never an easy thing to do. That's a turnover as well as the personal as Martinsburg gets the ball.
Anthony Smith running the point right now for Martinsburg. Now Dorn Smith with it on the left wing. Hasn't used that dribble yet. Quickly gets it to Garrett Staub across court. Now Teller and Villa gets a pass in the lane. There's a foul call on the floor. That's Teller and Villa looking to drive down in that foul. Going to go on 1-1, and Trey Jackson picking up 2 quick fouls, the only 2 fouls of the game so far.
Yeah, strong drive by Teller and Villa. Took the pass at the high post, but put it on the floor down the left side of the lane to draw contact.
Dorn Smith gets the inbound. Now to Teller and Villa, who moves back into the center of the lane. A kick out, straightaway 3 from just right of straightaway is Anthony Smith, and he knocks down the 3 for his first points of the contest.
Second three-pointer of the season for him, and Martinsburg takes the lead.
A Pooler into the front court. Works around a ball screen, but nowhere to go. Has to reset the offense. Left wing 3 contested. Too strong off the back of the iron, but an offensive rebound. And a kick back out to Pooler. Goes between his legs. Now back the other way with it is Anthony Smith off the glass with the right hand and good on the breakaway. And Coach Hilliard wants a timeout after Martinsburg takes the 9-4 advantage. 5:19 remaining in the first quarter. We will step away for a 30-second break as well. Again, with 5:19 remaining in the first quarter, it is Martinsburg 9 and Washington 4.
My name is Monica. I'm an elementary school teacher.
My name is Mitch. I'm a graphic design specialist.
We have 4 children. Currently we have life and auto insurance with Erie. Our agent is helping us to move our homeowners insurance to Erie as well.
They've always been a good company and good customer service. If anything ever happens to me, my family will be protected.
Your local Erie agent in Martinsburg is Smallwood & Small Insurance. Get a quote at smallwoodandsmall.com.
Out of the timeout, it's Washington Patriot basketball. Martinsburg, the 9-4 advantage. Just about 3 minutes in to this ball game. It's going to be Jalen Pooler bringing it into the front court, running the point for the Patriots in the white uniforms tonight. Tightly guarded at half court by Trey Sager. Martinsburg looking to put a little bit of a trap on. Now it's going to be a 3 from the right side. That one too short off the iron. That shot put up by Liam Morris. Now quickly back the other way for Martinsburg. Dorn Smith spin move on the low block, off the glass and in.
High into the air, Teller and Villa got the rebound on one end. Quick outlet to Dorn Smith and a great spin move to get to the basket.
Washington gets into the front court quick and just struggling to set up the offense once they get there. And now a turnover, thrown away by the point guard, Jalen Pooler, Martinsburg basketball. And that is now turnover number 2. Now make that number 3 for the Washington Patriots. Anthony Smith now getting ready to cross the timeline for the Dogs.
Yeah, Martinsburg churning up that defensive pressure right now on a 7-0 run.
Garrett Stobbs with it on the right wing. A little hesitation, goes in the lane, fires a pass down low, looking for Anthony Smith, but that is picked off into the front court. Is Pooler. Again, gets into the front court quickly, but nowhere to go with it. Fires it down low, a long two. That one too strong off the iron. That shot put up by Taylor Bosley, and we get a foul down low. That's going to be on number 23, Liam Morris, Martinsburg basketball.
Yeah, Morris picks up his first team foul, number 3. Not a bad look that time from Bosley. Just a little too strong as he let it go.
Anthony Smith with it, gives way to Doran Smith. Takes a 3 from that left wing, that 3 too strong. Off the back of the iron, contact down low, and I believe we're going to get a foul on Trey Sager, and it is.
Yeah, Sager going over the back. I believe it was Jalen Wright who had the position underneath as we were looking through the bodies. Hard to do sometimes from court level.
Quickly into the front court now, driving the lane, losing the basketball. Had an open lane, did Taylor Bosley, but lost it out of bounds, and 4 turnovers now for the Patriots.
And again, that's part of what we talked about earlier as keys to the game, you know, kind of playing within yourself. And then that's not a bad pass. You had a good cut, but a little too rushed, and he couldn't handle things.
Trey Sager had it, now gives way to Garrett Stobbs. Anthony Smith now with it straight away, looking for a ball screen. He gets it. He's going to drive left, goes up and under, draws contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. 2 players in the vicinity. See who that foul goes on. That foul going to go on number 22, Danny Moylan. Be his first foul of the contest. 11-4, that Martinsburg lead. 3:43 remaining in the first quarter. Anthony Smith's first foul shot up and no good.
Well, normally an 80% foul shooter, 8 of 10 in the early going of the season for him.
Second foul shot connects. Washington basketball again quickly into that front court. Now a 3 ball from the left wing after a cross-court pass. Knocking it down is Taylor Bosley. And a much-needed basket for Washington, 12-7. Now that Martinsburg advantage. Anthony Smith now into the front court.
Yeah, that snaps that 8-0 Martinsburg run after we had been tied at 4, so the Bulldog lead is at 12-7.
Stobbs works around a ball screen from Trey Sager. That one rims around, no good. Now quickly back into the front court is Morris. A little stop step in the lane. Draws contact, connects on the basket, and he'll go to the line for the 3-point play the old-fashioned way.
Yeah, nice job down inside on the defensive end as Jalen Wright set up, got that rebound, and then that very quick outlet allowing Morris to get down the floor to the rim, coming to that jump stop, and then putting it up and in and a chance for 3.
Couple of substitutions. Garrett Stobbs comes out. Teddy Marshall now enters the ball game with 3:12 remaining in the first quarter. Martinsburg hanging on to that 3-point lead, 12-9. Liam Morris at the line for 1 shot, trying to finish off the 3-point play.
Just like that, a chance for a 6-0 run, and couldn't get it.
That foul shot off the back of the iron. Tellerin-Villa with the rebound. Now back the other way is Teddy Marshall. Anthony Smith now with it on the left wing, looking to penetrate, goes in the middle before kicking it out to Tellerin-Villa from the right elbow. That one too short off the iron. Coming up with the rebound by number 20, Jalen Wright. Now into the front court is Liam Morris. Driving baseline, kicks it down underneath, finishing with the left hand down low is Danny Moylan. 12-11, Washington back within 1.
Nice job by Moylan without the basketball to go to the rim as his teammate was cutting along that baseline, created an opening, got him the pass and the layup good.
Villa with it on the right wing, looking to drive, kicks it out to Smith. Now Smith cross court into the left corner as Teddy Marshall has to run it down. Now goes around a ball screen from Trey Sager, but nowhere to go with the basketball. Kicks it out to Anthony Smith. He'll try a 3 from the right wing and knocks it down.
How about 9 in the early going for Anthony Smith? 9 of the Bulldogs' 15. He is really playing well early.
Martinsburg showing a little token press, is quickly breaking it, is Washington into the front court. With it was Bosley. He gives it back out top to what was Liam Morris. Morris still with the basketball, being tightly guarded by Doran Smith. Now Pooler with it, back out top now to Bosley, who steadies his dribble. Pooler now with it on that left wing after the pass from Bosley. Now back out top. I think Washington trying to work it down low, just can't seem to get the numbers. Shot from the right corner now. That one too strong off the back of the iron. Shot put up by Bosley, no good. Now Martinsburg quickly into the front court. It's Teddy Marshall looking to drive on that left side. Bounce pass to Teller and Villa. Not sure Villa was expecting it. Now tied up down low with 1:27 remaining in the first quarter. Jump ball possession arrow belongs to the Patriots.
And that's 4 turnovers now for Martinsburg, in a case where I'm with you. Telvin Villa, I think, was preparing himself to maybe go up for a rebound if the shot were missed, not expecting the pass that ultimately led to that tie-up in the turnover.
That bounce pass down low, almost a forgotten art in the game of basketball. Again, Martinsburg showing pressure in the backcourt. And a dangerous pass back across the middle, but coming down with it is Morris, and he'll work it quickly into the front court. Now driving is Bosley. He'll go up and under off the glass and connect. Great move down low by Taylor Bosley. Driving baseline, going up with the right hand on the left side. And we are back within 2 for the Patriots. 15-13 is that Martinsburg advantage. We approach 1 minute remaining in the first quarter, 1:05 and counting. Trey Sager from straightaway. That 3-2 strong off the back of the iron, and Bosley will watch it go out of bounds. Patriot basketball.
Now, Sager's got just 1 3 on the season, but remember, that was a big one that came, I believe, in the fourth quarter on Friday against Musselman. Helped to spark the Bulldogs on a run. Couldn't get that 3 to go this time.
Coming into the game is Noah Folks. Jalen Wright comes out of the ball game.
Yeah, strong play down inside for him. An outstanding job both on the defensive end and especially in the rebounding category.
Jalen Pooler slows up the offense in the front end and kicks it back out top to Morris. Morris straightaway being guarded by Stobbs. Now sends it to Pooler, has it poked out of his hand, and they're going to say that he was the last to touch it. Another turnover for the Patriots. That's now 5 in the ball game, and it's Martinsburg basketball.
It's a good quick hands of Anthony Smith getting in there, poking that ball around, and eventually out of bounds off of a Washington player.
Long pass into the front court for Garrett Stobbs on the left wing. Works around a high ball screen from Trey Sager. Now a bounce pass to Anthony Smith. He'll try another 3 from the right wing, and he gets another one. 3 threes in this first quarter for Anthony Smith as we're under 30 seconds to play. 25-24 in the first quarter. Long up court pass to Bosley. Tries with the right hand. Going through contact from Anthony Smith. Misses that shot. Going for his own miss. Last touch going out of bounds. They're going to say Anthony Smith was the last to touch it. It'll be a baseline inbound with 19.3 remaining in the first quarter. Morris will cue the inbound. He gets it in as Moylan sends it back out top to Bosley. Now Pooler with it. Picks up that dribble. Now uses that dribble as we near 10 seconds. 9 seconds remaining in the first quarter. No rush yet for Washington. It's 6 seconds. 5 seconds. A high ball screen for Pooler. Looking for an open shot. None yet. Driving in. Loses the basketball. 1 second left. Teller and Villa is going to try one. 3/4 court. Hits the top of the backboard. And no good. We are through 1 quarter of action from Charlestown. And it is Martinsburg with the 5-point advantage. 18-13 over the home Washington Patriots. We'll be back for the second quarter of action when we come back. Again, after 1, it is Martinsburg 18, Washington 13.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
It's one of the toughest times you'll ever face when someone close to you passes away. It's a swirl of papers to sign and arrangements to be made, all while you're dealing with grief. At Brown Funeral Home, we encourage you to pre-plan. Pre-planning not only makes things easier for you, it protects you from rising costs. At Brown Funeral Home, our families are precious to us, and so are yours. Brown Funeral Home in Martinsburg, Inwood, and Charlestown, Ranson.
Start of quarter number 2. Martinsburg the 5-point lead after 1 on the road, 18-13. It'll be Bulldog basketball to start the second quarter. Teddy Marshall has it now on the left wing, looking down low to Teller and Villa, but no way to get him the basketball. Now sends it back out top to Trey Sager. Sager wants to get rid of the basketball, looks for Teddy Marshall. Now he'll drive it on that left side, hesitates, goes up, misses everything after skimming it off the backboard, misses the rim. Back the other way is Pooler and Washington, but he throws a pass away. Tip ball at midcourt, but Garrett Stobbs comes down with it. Now it's Villa going up on the left side. May have gotten deflected a little bit, but does get the shot to fall in the first points of the second quarter are Telrin Villa's, and that's his first points of the ball game. 2013, the Martinsburg advantage, and throwing it away at the top of the key was Taylor Bosley, looking down low for Liam Morris. Another turnover for the Patriots. It'll be Martinsburg basketball.
Yeah, I've got up to 8 turnovers now for the Patriots, and that is too many. They came in averaging only about 12.2 turnovers per game. So the early turnover trouble right now an issue.
Anthony Smith goes down low to Trey Sager. Ball rolls around with the shot of Sager. Doesn't fall, but Telrin Villa gets the rebound. He'll try it again from the left side. Banks it off the glass and in.
Telrin Villa heating up just a little bit here in quarter number 2 after being held scoreless in that first quarter. Remember, he is coming off a 15-point performance against Musselman, his second lowest point output this season. He averages 21.
He's now got the first 4 points in the quarter for Martinsburg. Bosley with it being tightly guarded by number 12 in black, Telrin Villa. He'll step back, try a 3 from that left wing off the right side of the iron. Rebound goes to Trey Sager. Now Anthony Smith working quickly up court to Teddy Marshall. Marshall, a wide open 3 from the left wing. That one short off the iron, but an offensive rebound for Anthony Smith. That one rolls around and no good. Bosley into the front court now after getting the rebound. He'll slow it down and set up the offense, getting it to Pooler from straight away. Falks had it momentarily, looking in the front court for, or at the top of the key rather, for Danny Moylan, who is able to run it down. Now Pooler has it on that left wing, bringing it more towards the top of the key now. Moylan, he'll try a 3 now from the left corner and knocks it down.
That's the 8th of 3 this season for the senior, his 3rd year on the varsity level. He is a good-looking player, averaging almost 18 a game. He's got 7. Right now, he's the leading scorer for the Patriots.
22-16, that Martinsburg advantage. A crossover dribble for Teddy Marshall. Tries a floater from the right side, high block of the elbow. That one misses, goes out of bounds, but last touch by Washington. It'll be Martinsburg basketball, a baseline inbound from right below their basket. Garrett Stobbs ready to cue that inbound.
Now Wright is checked back in. Davion Carr out there for the first time as well for Washington.
Inbounds goes to Villa. He tries a contested jump shot from the right elbow and knocks it down. Telrin Villa on fire to start this second quarter. He's got 6 straight for the Dogs.
He elevates as well as anyone, and he is so smooth. Good body control, straight up and down. At the peak of that jump, lets that shot go.
Morris tries one from about 18 feet. That one off the iron, no good. Contact pushing Garrett Stobbs out of bounds. That one's going to go on Davion Carr, his first foul of the ball game, and team foul number 4 for Washington. Make that team foul number
it should be 5
for Washington.
Yeah,
there
now
it is.
It gets changed over. You have 5 team fouls. The only one in foul trouble, Trey Jackson with 2.
Teddy Marshall has it. Doesn't use that dribble yet. Now gets it out to Anthony Smith. Straight away he drives in, then finds Telrin Villa. He'll put up a jump shot from 13 feet. That one rolls around from the left side, and maybe a little bit of a heat check for Telrin Villa, but not a bad shot. Quickly into the front court. Now it's Moylan trying a off-balance runner in the lane, and now will get called for a foul moving up the court, and that's going to be foul number 2 on Danny Moylan, and one that was preventable.
Yeah, absolutely. A little frustration as he made that drive down the right baseline, a little wild on that shot, couldn't get it to go, and then commits that foul deep in the back court for his second, not what Coach Hilliard wanted to see.
24-16, that Martinsburg lead under 5 to play before halftime. Teddy Marshall with it on that right wing. He's looking to drive in, hesitates, and will pull it back out. Now Anthony Smith gets it, and again, they will slow it up. Teddy Marshall looking to try the 3, shuffles those feet in between dribbles, and a turnover for the Dogs and the traveling violation for Teddy Marshall.
Yeah, Teddy Marshall not in the starting lineup. Don't know what the situation was. He had been starting the last several games. Certainly has not found any rhythm since coming in.
It's Jalen Pooler with it. Now he gives it off in quick movement. Now to that left side is Carr in the left corner. He tries a 3, no good. A ball going out of bounds, saved by Davion Carr, and ends up in the hands of Teddy Marshall, who quickly works into the front court. In that left corner, he's trapped, has to pick up his dribble, but does find Doran Smith. Now Doran Smith, cross-court pass. In the right corner now is Garrett Stobbs. That one no good. Doran Smith almost getting the offensive rebound, but tips it out to Anthony Smith. Quick ball movement now. Straightaway 3 for Telrin Villa. That one off the side of the rim, but another offensive rebound for the Dogs. It's Garrett Stobbs, and he finishes on the right side of the basket for 2.
Yeah, you don't see that one very often, right? It's normally Stobbs from the outside with Villa getting rebounds. This was the other way around.
Pooler, a step back 3 from straightaway. That one too strong off the iron. Teddy Marshall with the rebound, and the Dogs have numbers. It's a 3-on-2. Marshall looking for Garrett Stobbs. Poked away, and it'll be a turnover for Martinsburg. Now moving quickly into the front court is Morris. He's on that right wing looking to drive drive baseline. He does floater. That one too strong off the side of the rim, but the putback up and good for number 20, Jalen Wright. Teddy Marshall, a bounce pass down low. Telrin Villa with the right hand. Count it and the foul. He'll go to the line for 3 the old school way.
How about that pass from Teddy Marshall? He was directly in front of our broadcast position, just slightly to our left, and threaded a bounce pass all the way down into the lane through a couple of defenders, hitting Telrin Villa in stride.
Foul shot for Villa. That one rattles around and falls through, so a 3-point play for Villa. And now he will take a seat, and Trey Sager coming in to replace him.
Don't look now, but Telrin Villa has 9 points in the quarter.
He does. 29-18 is that Martinsburg advantage. Again, showing that press. Pooler being trapped in the backcourt at Smith and Stobbs. A bounce pass almost stolen by Anthony Smith, but they're going to say dribbled it out of bounds after he gained possession. Or now they're going to get contact on Anthony Smith, so that's going to be a foul on number 21. Thought they were just calling it out of bounds, but going to be a foul on Anthony Smith, his first. Inbound for the Patriots. Inbound goes deep into the backcourt. It's Moylan with it, who now crosses that timeline quickly. Driving in, looks down low, but tipped out of bounds by Doran Smith. Pass intended for Davion Carter, or make that Carr. And that'll be a baseline inbound. Cueing it is Liam Morris. Inbound goes down low, and a easy jump shot right on that low block for Jalen Wright. He's got another basket.
He's a mismatch right now. Martinsburg doesn't have anyone who can match up with him very well.
Teddy Marshall looking for another sly bounce pass, but ended up taking 3 steps looking for a cutting Doran Smith. Doran Smith looking for a backdoor cut, but good defense for Washington. Pooler now into the front court for the Patriots. Being guarded by Anthony Smith. Slows down that dribble as we're under 3 to play until halftime, 29-20. Martinsburg to lead over Washington. And we're going to get a 5-second call, I believe, is what I saw signaled. So a turnover for Washington.
Yeah, and I know that Coach Hilliard is asking the same thing of a referee. The defender didn't seem close enough to start a 5-second count. But in the official's eye, he had made a move, I guess, to tighten up that gap, and the Washington player stood there on the dribble.
Teddy Marshall straight away, a couple of fancy crossover dribbles. He'll drive left, draw contact, misses the shot, but will go to the line for 2. That foul going to go on Liam Morris, and that will be foul number 2 on him in the game. So 3 players for Washington with 2 fouls.
I was going to say, and with 2:44 left in this first half, those guys have got to be careful not to pick up that 3rd foul before we get into the intermission.
Teddy Marshall connects on the first free throw, and that is the first point of the game for the player averaging 16.7 a game so far this season. And that second foul shot off the back of the iron, no good. Back the other way comes Washington. Pooler into the front court, loses the basketball, picks it up. Telrin Villa gets it to Teddy Marshall, crosses the timeline. Again, Martinsburg has numbers, and no look, bounce pass with the right hand to Trey Sager, who finishes with ease on the right side. Trey Sager gets his first 2 points of the ball game, and Martinsburg clicking on all cylinders offensively and defensively, causing a lot of havoc in the backcourt.
Yeah, double team on that far side on Pooler. Martinsburg poked the ball away but couldn't keep it from going out of bounds. It will stay with Washington.
Inbound from the far sideline. Again, just man-to-man, a trap zone in that backcourt. Almost 5 seconds before the inbound does go cross-court. Calling it in is Danny Moylan. Again, that trap, he has to pick up his dribble, gets it to Pooler right at that half-court mark, and now numbers down low. Good pass down low, but struggling to get it up was Liam Morris on the good pass down low from Jalen Wright. But Morris does connect on the left low block. 32-22, a 10-point game. Martinsburg ahead. 156 and counting in the second quarter. Tellerville on the left side working in, then looking for Teddy Marshall, wasn't paying attention. It'll be numbers the other way, and laying it with the finger roll, getting away with what looked like 3 steps was number 11 Trey Jackson. Missed a wide open layup and a second attempt for Washington. Now back the other way quickly is Martinsburg. A couple of opportunities right at the rim for Trey Sager and Tellerville, and neither one can connect. And back the other way now comes Liam Morris. He's got it on the right wing. Again, almost turning the basketball over. Running it down is Danny Moylan. Coach Hilliard saying to slow it down. Looking down low. Again, not looking was Jalen Pooler. Turnover for Washington, and now a foul in the backcourt. And believe they're going to get that on number 22, Danny Moylan, and if so, that would be number 3 for him.
Yeah, and that one hurts with 1:19 remaining in our first half. To have him with 3 fouls, the leading scorer averaging almost 18 a game, has 7 so far tonight. And now we'll have to sit out, and you got a question, do you start him in the third quarter, or do you need to give him a little time? You hate to see him pick up that 4th one early in that second half.
It'll be Garrett Stobbs at the line for a 1-and-1. The front end off the back of the iron, no good on the free throw for the 6'1 junior guard.
I'm telling you, free throws are too close. He's just 2 for 5 from the line, but has made 11 three-pointers this season.
Polk had it momentarily. Down that right side is right. He puts up a shot. That one's short off the right side of the rim. Whistle down low as the ball goes out of bounds. Waiting to see the signal from our officials. It is going to be Washington basketball down low. Seeing if there was contact, whether they were just discussing who that last one out on. It's going to be Washington basketball. Timeout.
No.
Or no, they're going to change that. It's now Martinsburg basketball. So our officials getting together and verifying, and it's Martinsburg basketball. Teddy Marshall now into the front court. Under a minute to play before the half, 52 seconds, 51 seconds, 32-22, a 10-point lead for the Dogs. On that right side is Trey Sager, a one-handed bounce pass down to Telrin Villa from 8 feet. He'll put up the fadeaway jump shot on the right side, up and good for Villa. What a second quarter he has had.
Yeah, it's been one individual player in each of the first 2 quarters stepping up. 12 for Smith, Anthony Smith, that is, in the first quarter, and 11 for Telrin Villa in the second.
Right, a good pass down low. Driving on the baseline was Liam Morse, but that shot blocked down low. Back the other way quickly is Teddy Marshall. Gives it off to Telrin Villa on the low block on the left side. A short jump shot up and in, 36-22 Martinsburg. With 14 seconds left to play in the first half, we're going to get a foul away from the basketball.
Actually, that'll be on Teddy Marshall, who reached in trying to strip that basketball away, and he'll pick up the personal. That'll be his first team foul, number 4.
I only have, looking at our numbers, only see 3, but we'll go with the official score here. Inbound with 12 seconds left for Washington. Almost stolen again. Now it's Pooler with it. He's going to drive down. A good no-look pass down low. Finishing with the right hand is Jalen Wright. Now quickly back the other way. All alone is Teddy Marshall as the clock winds down and hits 0. Not quite a buzzer beater, but as close as you're going to get for Teddy Marshall with about 1 second left. And we are through one half of action. And Martinsburg has the lead, 38-24. We'll get into the halftime show coming up next, brought to you by Smallwood and Small Insurance. We'll recap the first half. Also give you the Bullpup Report, freshman and JV, along with the stats from the first half. All that coming up in the halftime show after this 60-second timeout. Again at the half, it is Martinsburg 38, Washington 24.
Who should you call when it comes to your real estate legal needs?
This is Chris Luttrell, local real estate attorney with offices in Martinsburg and Charlestown. Let's be direct. Buying or selling your home is a matter not to be taken lightly. At my firm, Luttrell LC, we possess the experience and knowledge to represent you and ensure your most important investment is protected. Give us a call at 304-267-3050, 304-267-3050, because at Luttrell LC, your home is our business.
Hello, I'm Michael Falk, a lifelong resident of West Virginia, husband and father. I worked my way through school and life with honesty, hard work, and determination. These principles have served me well in athletics, education, farming, and aviation, and have carried me through years of fighting for a more accountable government at the local and state level. These same core principles will allow me to serve you well in Charleston. I believe true leadership is sticking your neck out for right, even when it goes against the establishment. You can help me put principle over politics and beat the odds one more time.
Welcome back into Washington High School. It is the halftime show brought to you by Smallwood and Small Insurance in Martinsburg. Auto, home, life, business, disability, retirement. Smallwood and Small is your total insurance solution. Phone 304-263-3361. Well, Martinsburg holds the 38-24 lead at the half. It was a low-scoring affair in the first quarter, at least both teams struggling to find that offense, 18-13 after a one quarter, but Martinsburg really figured it out in that second quarter and was clicking on all cylinders as we went into the half.
Well, you go back to that first quarter, we had a tie at 2, a tie at 4, and then at that point, Martinsburg reeled off 8 straight points, opened up a 12-4 lead. But then it was, a quick run for Washington that got them back to within 12-9 as they went on a 5-0 spurt. But Martinsburg pushed it right back out to 15-9, and ultimately after one, held a 5-point lead at 18-13 in that second period. The Dogs pushed it out a little bit further, getting it to a 12-point lead at 32-20, and ultimately adding to that lead thanks to the late basket from Teddy Marshall, and Martinsburg is out in front now by 14.
I'll tell you what, Matt, the one thing that stood out to me was the pressure in the backcourt for Martinsburg once we got into they had numbers in the offensive end, it would cause a bad pass. So if they can settle down once they realize they have numbers, they have a height advantage down low. Jalen Wright has the body size down low. Taylor Bosley has the big body down low, and they can utilize that against the Dogs if they can figure out how to slow it down once they get into the front court and work it down low, because that is something Martinsburg can't compete with, is overall bulk down low.
Yeah, and Jalen Wright leads the way with 8 points right now for the Washington Patriots, but he's gotten a lot of that as he's been solid on the offensive as well as solid on those defensive boards.
All right, there's our analysis from the first half. Another 60-second break to take. When we come back, we will take a look at freshman and JV scores from earlier today. Also take a look at freshman scores from earlier in the week, and then we will take a look at what else is going on around the Eastern Panhandle when we come back after this 1-minute time out. This is West Virginia High School basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
My family, we're always on the move. Little brother is living it up.
What's up, sis?
See Mom made dinner?
I will see you there.
And my big brother, he's got his hands full. But when Mom says come home for dinner, what could possibly stand in our way? Nothing. When you're a part of a family like this, you always show up. The Honda family of SUVs, awarded Best SUV Brand for 2019.
Miller Honda, south of Winchester, home of the lifetime powertrain warranty. www.mymillerhonda.com.
They're my closest friends. We've been through a lot together. Seeing our kids off to college, Kelly losing her mom, my 50th birthday. I trust them with so much. So when it came to my finances, I trusted Kelly's referral to her Ameriprise advisor. Beth gives me the comprehensive advice that helps me feel confident my financial future is secure. With the right financial advisor, life can be brilliant. Ameriprise Financial.
Welcome back into the Smallwood and Small Insurance halftime show. It's time for the Bullpup Report, taking a look at freshman and JV basketball at Martinsburg High School. Matt, let's start with the JV game that took place right before we got underway.
Well, in Martinsburg, trailing at the half 20-15, and we're still down by, I believe it was 3. I didn't write it down, the score, that is, going into that fourth quarter, but had to rally really late in that fourth quarter to eventually take the lead and then make some free throws and a defensive stop at the end to get a 51-49 victory. So the Martinsburg JV boys now at 4-1 on the season. Meanwhile, the freshman boys have suffered back-to-back losses. Just last night at Greencastle, Martinsburg fell 48-33. So the freshman Bulldogs are now at 4-2. So that's 8-3 for the Bull Pups, you might say. Add that to 5 wins, 2 losses for the varsity, and so far program-wide, pretty good start to the season.
There's your Bullpup Report. Another 1-minute timeout to take. When we come back, we will, before we get in our timeout, Matt, is,
I was going to say.
I was going to get to that in the next break.
Oh,
you're jumping the gun.
Let's hit the breaking news right now, and then we'll do stats when we come back. Tommy texting us that word is coming out. The Red Sox and manager Alex Cora have mutually stepped away from each other. I guess they've said, look, we'd like you to resign, and he went, okay,
probably
I'll
a good
do
idea.
that. Meaning Boston will have a new manager. Again, we talked about it in Miller time from 5 to 6. I'm not sure Major League Baseball can allow that to happen. You've got to the penalty they gave to the Houston Astros. You can't allow these managers and or owners to fire managers and then turn around and hire new guys. No, there's a penalty as a result of the cheating scandal that went on. Talk about it more on Miller Time, I'm sure, tomorrow at 5.
5 o'clock, be there. All right, one more 60-second break to take. We'll come back. We have stats, both team stats and individual stats from the first half. We'll also tell you about a scheduling update that we received for a game that was canceled due to snow a couple weeks back and give you a heads up of what could be coming this weekend. That's coming up next in the Smallwood and Small Insurance halftime show. Again, after the 60-second timeout at the half, it is Martinsburg 38, Washington 24.
Floodwaters can spread E. coli bacteria. Here's Bill Kearns from the Berkeley County Health Department about what to do if your well is tested positive.
If it's just a one-time contamination, you can superchlorinate your well, which we have instructions at the health department. They could call and talk to us. You're providing an excessive amount of bleach down the well. Then you do a runoff to get that out of the system, to get the bleach through your lines, get any contamination out there. You do a runoff of so long, and then you can have it tested again.
The Berkeley County Health Department, 122 Waverly Court in Martinsburg. Call 304-263-5131.
Remember that last trip to the auto mechanic?
I also think your solenoid gasket is bad.
What?
Yep, that'll be another $500.
Forget that and go to D&N Auto Specialist at 230 Tavern Road, Martinsburg, where honesty is their best policy. Serving the Eastern Panhandle since 1974, D&N Auto is family-owned and operated, specializing in exhaust alignments and tires. From general maintenance to major overhauls, they'll treat you right. Call D&N Auto Specialist at 304-267-4078.
8-24, the Martinsburg edge over Washington. It's time to take a look at first half stats, brought to you by Mike Folk for Governor. Accountable, ethical, responsible. Learn more at folk4wv.com. All right, let's start with some individual numbers, starting first with Martinsburg. Trey Sager has 2 points in the half, 14 for Doran Smith, 13 points all in the second quarter for Telrin Villa, 4 for Garrett Stobbs. Unusual for him, a couple of baskets down low, 3 points for Teddy Marshall, and 12 for Anthony Smith. For the Washington Patriots, their individual numbers look like this. Jalen Wright leading the way with 8 points, 7 points for Danny Moylan, 4 points for Liam Morris, and 5 for Taylor Bosley. Matt Miller, some team numbers.
Well, I'm looking at the scoring and how it's been spread out, and it hasn't been. I mean, the Patriots have just 4 players that have been able to put points on the board. The reason why they're at 24 points, well below what you would expect in a half for a team averaging 68 points a game. Martinsburg spread it out a little bit more with 6 guys scoring, but the bulk of it's come from Villa and Smith, as each had one big quarter in that first half. Martinsburg's hit 3 threes, Washington 2. Washington's 0 for 1 on their only free throw attempt. Martinsburg at 50% as they went 3 for 6. The Bulldogs with 19 rebounds, plus 4 in that category, 15 for Washington. And the Patriots have 11 turnovers in the first half, 8 for Martinsburg, so the Dogs certainly have not played clean. It's been that type of game.
First half stats brought to you by Mike Folk for Governor. Accountable, ethical, responsible. Learn more at folk4wv.com. And our halftime show brought to you by Smallwood and Small Insurance, your total insurance solution at 121 Administrative Drive in Martinsburg. Phone them at 304-263-3361.
Sorry about that cough. I meant to turn that mic down ahead of that.
It's only been that way for, I don't know, 2 months, 3 months, however long it takes. Quick scheduling update.
Yes.
The game against Jefferson 2 weeks back that got canceled has now been rescheduled for the 25th of February. That is a Tuesday, wedged in between a Friday matchup against Hedgesville and a Friday matchup the following week against Broadford and Christian. It was a Washington basketball to start the second half, but quickly taken away by Teddy Marshall. He finished his 2-hour right on the left side of the basket, up and in for his first basket of the second half.
Yeah, just a lazy pass deep in the front court, and a great job by Teddy Marshall. He could see it coming and got into that lane and took it all the way.
Puller with it, working on Anthony Smith. Now sends it back down low. Trey Jackson. Now a good pass down low, and finishing on the low block is Jalen Wright. Again, using that size. Martinsburg almost every time leaving their feet and knowing they don't have that size advantage down low. Anthony Smith in the front court working on that right side. Now a crossover dribble. Floater in the lane. That one blocked by Trey Jackson. Coming back the other way is Washington, running down a long pass is Liam Morris. Now back out top to Moylan. Bounce pass into the corner. It's Trey Jackson. Uses that offhand. Pushes down Garrett Stobbs, or at least Stobbs hits the deck And then Jackson puts up the shot, misses it short. Back the other way comes Teddy Marshall. Little hesitation move, goes up with the left hand on the left side of the rim, misses that one short. A loose ball down low. Trey Sager comes up with it, finds Telrin Villa in the lane from about 8 feet. He misses that shot short. Back the other way come the Patriots. It's Jackson on that left side working up and draws contact. That foul going to go on Trey Sager, and going to the line for 2 will be Trey Jackson. Quick moving basketball to start this second half.
Yep, once again, both of these teams want to get up and down the floor as fast as they can, try to get it to their athletes in space and let them get to the rim. If they can't make the basket, you hope they get to the foul line, which hadn't happened much for Washington.
First foul shot for Jackson. A line drive off the back of the iron. It's no good. Jackson, 7.4 a game coming into this contest.
Yeah, but just a 45% foul shooter, 5 of 11 coming in. And as a team, Washington has missed their first 2 free throws this game.
Make that 3 as Jackson goes 0 for 2 from the line. Garrett Stobbs with the rebound. Now bring it into the front court, gives it to Anthony Smith, who will set up the dog offense.
I dare say Stobbs is having his best rebounding game of the season so far. He's done a nice job in there.
Now it's Stobbs who gets it to Anthony Smith in the left corner. Smith looking to drive, gets it to Teddy Marshall back out top. Now to Telrin Villa from the left corner. That one short off the iron. Rebound down low by Pooler, and finds Trey Jackson, who will send a long lob pass looking down low for Liam Morris, and not sure what would have been accomplished with that pass. Even if Morris had come down with it, would have been trapped on the baseline. Another turnover for Washington. Martinsburg basketball. Teddy Marshall with it.
Yeah, and that's part of what we talked about again with those keys to the game early on, was not to get caught up in this running gun type of game, which is exactly what it has been, and Martinsburg has the lead.
Trey Sager gives it to Anthony Smith on the high block. He drives right side and finishes at the rim.
Boy, nice drive. He is so quick on that first step to get by a defender and then get to the basket. And although he's not huge at 6'1", he leaps very well and uses his body to help shield away a defender.
Jackson sends down low, a fadeaway from about 5 feet for Liam Morris, and he connects. Sweet-looking shot on the fadeaway for Morris, 42-28 with 5:30 remaining in the third quarter. Martinsburg basketball. Stobbs loses it momentarily but runs it down right in front of the Patriots. Lettering on the court here. Now it is driving down the left side. It was Anthony Smith, misses that one. A couple of offensive rebounds and second chance opportunities, and finally Telrin Villa is able to put it in on that left side.
Well, and it was Villa who tipped it up there, couldn't get it to go, but was able to stay with it and eventually tip it in.
And now quickly driving down the floor, finishing on the left side with the left hand is Liam Morris. He's got back-to-back baskets. Smith kicks it out to Telrin Villa, looking to drive baseline, has that poked away. Loose ball, still loose before going out of bounds. Seeing who that possession is going to go to, and it's going to stay on that end of the floor with Martinsburg.
It'll go off of Jalen Wright, who did a great job to hustle after that loose ball, but just couldn't bring it in with a Bulldog there, and ultimately Wright knocked it out of bounds.
Ball poked out of Doran Smith's hands after the inbound from Trey Sager. Now Pooler with it in the front court for Washington. Standing in that jump circle, looking for a screen. Does not get it, and will now slow it down. 4:30 remaining in the third quarter. Looking for Wright, has that poked away, and now going to be a layup, or make that a one-handed flush for Telrin Villa. Telrin Villa finishing with the right hand on the right side of the basket. And now pressure in the front court. Double team by Anthony Smith and by Teddy Marshall causes Jalen Pooler to throw it into the stands. Another turnover for Washington.
I've got 5 in the quarter and 16 now in the ball game for the Patriots. The Bulldog defense has forced turnovers and has led to a 16-point lead.
46-30 is that score as we approach 4 minutes to play. Shot for Doran Smith from the right wing, rattles around and no good. Now Jackson shuffles those feet. Thought they could have called a travel. Put up a shot in the lane, no good. Gets his own offensive rebound, and the second chance shot up and good for Trey Jackson. His first 2 points of the game.
Yeah, way to stay with it. I'm with you. I thought there could have been a travel. He almost rolled that ankle completely over, which led to that little hop step that he was able to get away with.
Teddy Marshall driving the lane, has it poked away, but Trey Sager right there misses that. 13-foot jump shot long. Now Pooler bringing it back into the offensive end for Washington. A little hesitation. Step back three. That one no good from the right side, but an offensive rebound for Jalen Wright, and he draws the foul down low. That three was put up by Liam Morris as he missed that one off the left side of the iron. But again, using that size down low is Jalen Wright.
They said that foul was on number 11, which would be Dorn Smith.
First foul shot for Jalen Wright. That one is up and through.
So Smith will pick up his first personal.
3:25 remaining in the third quarter, 46-33, the Martinsburg advantage. Second foul shot for Wright. Rattles home, and he connects on both. So right now 12 points in the game. And timeout on the floor taken by Washington head coach Trent Hilliard. Let's go ahead and take the 30-second break as well. We'll be back with 3:25 remaining in the third quarter. It is Martinsburg 46, Washington 34.
My name is Monica. I'm an elementary school teacher.
My name is Mitch. I'm a graphic design specialist.
We have 4 children. Currently we have life and auto insurance with Erie. Our agent is helping us to move our homeowners insurance to Erie as well.
They've always been a good company and good customer service. If anything ever happens to me, my family will be protected.
Your local Erie agent in Martinsburg is Smallwood & Small Insurance. Get a quote at smallwoodandsmall.com.
3:25 remaining in the third quarter here in Charlestown, or should I say just south of Charlestown. I'm not sure whether this is considered the city limits or not. Don't think it is that far down Augustine Avenue it is. But just outside of Charlestown, West Virginia in Jefferson County. It is Martinsburg in town, and they hold the 12-point lead, 46-34. Teddy Marshall with it on that right wing, looking to drive in the lane. Fancy behind the back dribble, a little hesitation, looking down low for trying to see who that was down low. It's Dorn Smith down low. Ball ends up being kicked out of bounds, but last touching a Washington Patriot. I believe down low that was Danny Moylan who that last went off of, but hard to see. There was about 8 legs down there. Either way, Martinsburg basketball. And that inbound tipped away into the backcourt. It's a foot race, and Teddy Marshall ends up coming down with it, and we'll bring it back into the front court. Not many people can outrun Teddy Marshall in a one-on-one race. Good hesitation, driving that left side. Shot poked away from Anthony Smith. Telrin Villa ends up finishing that work at the rim.
Villa's got 6 in the quarter, 19 in the ball game, working towards his average of 21 a game.
Pooler finds Moylan, who picks up his dribble, then works down low to Pooler. Then a great wraparound pass. Finishing at the rim is Jalen Wright on the right side with the layup. Wright having himself a whale of a game, averaging 11 coming in, and he is above that already here with 2:30 remaining in the third quarter. Martinsburg basketball. Driving is Anthony Smith, gives it to Telrin Villa in the lane, who draws contact. It won't be in the act of shooting. Or will it be in the act of shooting? They will say he was driving in the middle of the lane, but wasn't sure if he was going up or just looking to dish it out. Either way, it is going to be a shooting foul, and Telrin Villa will go to the line for 2.
Trey Jackson picks up his third foul, joining Danny Moylan, who also has 3 for Washington. And you talk about Jalen Wright. As Villa puts the free throw up and through, I've been equally impressed with Jalen Poehler. He came in averaging 8.6. He hasn't scored yet, but he has dished out some very nice passes.
Both foul shots for Telrin Villa up and through. 50-36, the Martinsburg lead. 2:25 remaining in the third quarter. Again, showing pressure in the backcourt, but bringing it in as Moylan into the front court. Numbers. It'll be Wright. He will hesitate, then move 2 steps to his left, put up a 3 for the big fella. Misses that one short and back the other way. Now it's Martinsburg with numbers. A good up and under for Teddy Marshall, finishing high with the bank off the window.
Yeah, great job at a defender going by underneath, and that forced that little up and under, spinning it in off the glass. He's up to 7 points.
3 ball for Jackson from the right wing. That no good, but an easy offensive rebound for Wright. Misses the follow-up from point blank. And back the other way comes Garrett Stobbs and Martinsburg.
Yeah, Dorn Smith with a nice rebound and then the outlet.
Stobbs got trapped just in front of our broadcast location, and before getting rid of the basketball, Martinsburg head coach Dave Rogers calls for the timeout. We'll take the 30-second break as well. Back with 1:41 remaining in the third quarter. It is Martinsburg 52, Washington 36. Back in 30 seconds.
W. Harley Miller Systems understands the need and desire for reliable and affordable smart home solutions. Secure your home with a security system and keep a close eye on your family. Automate your home with a Control4 system and have smart technology work as one. Set daily schedules to control your thermostats. Push a button and set the mood for dinner by dimming lights and playing music, or just sit back and enjoy a movie in your own home theater. Put decades of experience to work for you. Visit us at WHMsystems.com or call 304-350-1931.
Garrett Stobbs has the inbound tipped, and going into the offensive end for Washington, coming down with it was Liam Morris. He misses the shot off the back of the iron, and now it's Stobbs into the front court for Martinsburg. He pulls up from 18 feet. That one misses short, but he gets his own offensive rebound. Sends it across court. It's Anthony Smith from the right side. That one short off the right side of the iron, but down low, who else but Telrin Villa finishes with the tip with the right hand.
Boy, great job by the Bulldogs. Thanks to a couple of offensive rebounds. The last one, that tip in, and Telrin Villa having another strong night.
Puller sends it to the inside. Then Jackson with a no-look pass with the right hand, and Jalen Wright finishes with the right hand on the right side of the basket. 54-38 is under a minute to play in the third quarter. It is a right wing three for Garrett Stobbs, who connects.
His first of the night, his 12th of the season.
Well, it sounds like a broken record, Matt. He's good for about, one or two of those just about every game. Feels like we say that about every game.
Well, let me look and see. Garrett Stobbs, he's had two games where he has not hit a three this season.
Down low is Morris, who puts up a contested shot through Dorn Smith. That one misses short off the iron. Now Garrett Stobbs working back the other way and finishes high off the glass after Trey Jackson smacked the backboard. Then back the other way with numbers is Morris. He has his shot blocked by Teddy Marshall, gets his own rebound, puts up a shot, misses it. Coming down with another offensive rebound is Wright. He gets the shot and draws contact. Will go to the line trying for a three-point play. A lot of fast breaks on either end in this third quarter, Matt.
Yep, absolutely. Both of these teams, whether it's a made basket, a missed shot, a turnover, they want to get down the floor as quickly as they can.
Jalen Wright 2 for 2 from the charity stripe in this third quarter. 14.7 left in the quarter. That foul shot rattles around, no good. It's Martinsburg basketball. Anthony Smith quickly into the front court. Wrap-around pass. Looks in that left corner for Teddy Marshall. That one rattles around, no good. 3 seconds left, 2 seconds left. It's going to have to be a shot at the buzzer. Putting it up as Morris didn't get it off, missed the shot regardless. We are through three here at Washington High School, and it is all Martinsburg. 59-40 back in 60 seconds for the fourth and final quarter of this contest. Again, after the 60-second break, we're back through three. Martinsburg 59, Washington 40.
It's one of the toughest times you'll ever face. When someone close to you passes away, it's a swirl of papers to sign and arrangements to be made, all while you're dealing with grief. At Brown Funeral Home, we encourage you to pre-plan. Pre-planning not only makes things easier for you, it protects you from rising costs. At Brown Funeral Home, our families are precious to us, and so are yours. Brown Funeral Home in Martinsburg, Inwood, and Charlestown, Ranson.
Carpet World is more than just carpet. Carpet World specializes in a complete selection of hardwood floors by respected names like Armstrong, Bruce, Shaw, and Mohawk, and tile by Dowell Tile, American Oleum, and Mannington for all rooms in your home. And Carpet World can update your bathroom shower with very attractive ceramic tile walls and floor. Financing with up to 12 months deferred interest is available, along with experienced quality installation at Carpet World, 2330 Winchester Avenue in Martinsburg. CarpetWorldofMartinsburg.com.
Welcome back in after 3 quarters of action. Martinsburg, the 19-point advantage, 59-40 over Washington.
Outscoring Washington 21-16 in that third quarter to stretch a 14-point halftime lead out to a current 19-point lead.
Matt Crawford here with you. Matt Miller, John Alderton, our TV 10 cameraman, Eric Sterrick back at the studio. Anthony Smith driving right, a little bit of a hook pass to Telrin Villa from about 10 feet. That shot rattles around, and he gets his own offensive rebound. Will now try a runner in the lane. That one no good. And after a bobbled rebound, coming down with it finally is Danny Moylan. His way to Pooler, Jalen Pooler, who brings it in the front court. Now Moylan again has it now to Pooler. Another pass into this left corner. That an air ball from the left side put up by Jalen Wright. I think he should work more on down low. He's been really successful down there so far. Pump fake for Teddy Marshall. Let's try a three from the right wing. That one barely skims the rim, but an offensive rebound for Martinsburg. Coming in trying to get a second opportunity shot was Garrett Stobbs. He missed, and back the other way comes Washington. Pooler, a floater on that right side, trying to go coast to coast. That one short off the iron. Loose ball down low, and a jump ball possession arrow going to Washington.
Yep, it'll stay with the Patriots. Boy, again, quick-paced action just up and down the floor. You don't see much of an offensive set right now. You're looking at these two teams looking to get it down the floor and get an easy look if they can.
Baseline inbound goes to Jalen Wright. He steps just inside that three-point arc and has a shot roll around the rim. Does not fall. Now Trey Sager back the other way. He's looking to go coast to coast, driving baseline, puts up a contested shot, but draws the foul and should go to the line for two.
Yeah, I believe it's going to be on Moylan. Yep, 22, and that's going to be foul number 4 for Moylan, who had 3 in that first half. Managed to play well through that third quarter without picking up his 4th.
7 points so far in this one for Danny Moylan, the senior.
Yeah, and their leading scorer, so he's about 11 under his average of almost 18 a game.
First foul shot for Sager. No good.
Neither of these teams shooting well from the line. 5 of 9 for Martinsburg. Make it 6 of 10 now. So, all right, 60%, not awful. The Patriots.
Not great either.
The Patriots just 2 of 6.
62-40 as Martinsburg's extended the lead out to 20 with 6:38 remaining in the fourth quarter. Washington basketball working down low to Wright. Grabs it with one hand, going up, and draws the foul. Either going to go on Sager or Teddy Marshall. It is going to be on 15, Teddy Marshall. Yeah, it looked like Trey Sager ended up getting the block, but contact down low by Teddy Marshall. And for Marshall, that'll be foul number 2. Jalen Wright going to the charity stripe for a pair. He is 2 for 3 on the day so far. Make that 3 for 4.
He's got 19 points to lead the way. That's 8 above his average as he came in at about 11 points a game. He's just a junior as you look at that roster. So you'll see him continue to develop his game next year.
Second foul shot up and good. Teddy Marshall bringing it into the front court. Now Tellerville with it on the low block, driving in the lane. Misses that one short, partially blocked, and a couple of tips at the rim for Trey Sager. Couldn't get any to fall, and coming down with the rebound is Jalen Wright. Now Pooler sends it quickly up the floor to Carr. Carr looking for Danny Moylan, but has that one intercepted. Now another loose ball. Carr has it going up on the right side. Draws the foul. That one going to go on Garrett Stobbs, and Davion Carr is going to go to the line for 2.
Yeah, double team in the backcourt forces a turnover, allowing Carr to go to the rim. And Garrett Stobbs was not going to give up the easy bucket, ends up picking up his second foul.
Carr has not scored in this game yet. Has seen some playing time. And he gets ready for a pair. The gym goes eerily silent for these foul shots. First one is up, and it is through. First points of the game for Davion Carr.
Well, he is a 50% foul shooter, and that's just one of 2 so far this season. Not a big scorer, just under a point a game.
Second foul shot upcoming. That one up. Off the right side of the rim, no good. Telrenvilla gets the rebound, gives it to Anthony Smith, who works it quickly up the floor, looking down low to make that Doran Smith, who finishes at the rim. Doran Smith having a good game so far. First time we called his name in this second half. Driving the lane for Washington and finishing with the floater is Moylan with 2. Now quickly back in the offensive end for Martinsburg. Kick out to Garrett Stobbs from straight away. That 3 off the back of the iron, but a rebound for Doran Smith. Foul on the floor. It'll be a baseline inbound.
That'll go on Wright. We would have that as, let's see, his second.
Baseline inbounds. Garrett Stobbs cues it in. Tellerville wide open from the right corner, and he knocks it down.
Why not? He's up to 26 points. That is his 6th 3 this season. Mostly does his damage in the paint.
Back the other way is Washington. Puller with a floater in the lane off the back of the iron, front of the rim, and finally gets it to fall. Jalen Puller has his first 2 points of the game. Now a bounce pass to Garrett Stobbs, who couldn't handle it, would have had a wide open layup on the right side. Now Jackson brings it into the front court. A wide open Carr finishes with the right-hand finger roll off the glass, and some fast break points for Washington the last couple of times up the floor. 5 minutes to play in the ball game. 65-49 Martinsburg. Teddy Marshall with the basketball. Gives it to Garrett Stobbs on that right wing. Looking to get rid of it. Does to Teddy Marshall quickly in that left wing to Doran Smith. Hasn't used that dribble yet. Gets it to Anthony Smith straight away. Looking to drive in the lane. Just inside the foul line. Puts up the floater with the right hand and connects.
Now Smith's up to 16. Remember, he had 12 in the opening quarter.
Now it'll be a 3 from the right wing, and connecting after going 0 for 2 from beyond the arc is Jalen Wright. Teddy Marshall picks up his dribble, cross-court pass to Garrett Stobbs, who looks to drive in. A no-look pass down low to Villa, who draws contact and will go to the line for 2.
Yeah, Villa cutting along that left baseline, tried the reverse leg out, but got hacked in the act as Davion Carr picks up the personal, his second. Team foul number 4 in this second half puts Villa to the line where he is 3 for 3.
Make that 3 for 4. That first foul shot, no good.
He's up to 26 points, 4:20 left. Still time for him to add to his totals. He had a season and career best 31 against Brook Point back in the third game of the season.
Connects on 1 of 2 as he gets the second foul shot to go. 68-52 with 4:17 remaining in the ball game. Washington basketball.
And the Dogs inching ever closer to that magic number 70. Remember, when they put 70 on the board, they are extra hard to beat, as they have won 85 of their last 86 games, scoring 70 or more.
Puller kicks it out to Jackson. Jackson driving in, an acrobatic move, and finishes drawing contact. Count it. And the foul with the underhand scoop shot on the right side. Great take for Trey Jackson.
Foul goes on Jarvis Thurston, the Bulldogs 6'1" junior guard who has checked in for the first time tonight.
Not the way he wanted us to call his name for the first time, but a great take by Trey Jackson. Foul shot, rattles around and bounces out. Telron Villa gets the rebound. So Trey Jackson now 0 for 3 from the charity stripe. Straight away, it's Teddy Marshall looking to drive in. He will on the left side. Misses that one short, but Telron Villa right there with the offensive rebound. A kick out to Anthony Smith. A straightaway 3. That one no good, and Trey Jackson gets the rebound for Washington. Working it quickly to Moylan in the front court. A bounce pass down low to Jackson on the left side. Has that shot blocked by Jarvis Thurston. And now quickly the other way, it is Doran Smith who finishes with the one-handed flush with the right hand.
Second dunk of the night for Martinsburg. That puts him to that magic 70-point mark.
Puller double team, gets it away to Trey Jackson, who sends it in the right corner. 3-ball up and good. On the trifecta for Jalen Wright. He's knocked down back-to-back threes, now 2 for 4 from beyond the arc. Telron Villa looking to drive in the lane, has that ball poked away, and Trey Jackson comes up with the loose basketball.
Not sure if it's a career high, but Wright is up to 26 points tonight.
Again, it's Wright on the left side, now misses that one short, but Moylan getting the offensive rebound in the lane, puts up the right-hand hook shot and connects. Coach Rogers wants a timeout with 2:45 remaining in the game, and it's just an 11-point game. A nice little run for Washington, 70-59 your score. Let's go ahead and take a 60-second break with the full timeout on the floor. We're back in 60 seconds with 2:49 remaining in the game. It is Martinsburg 70, Washington 59.
So each team's used a pair of timeouts.
The level of care that I got at WVU Medicine was top-notch.
If you're not progressing in healthcare, you're falling behind.
Is really an integration, looking at a clinical care network, looking at the good people who can help push the envelope and raise the bar for delivering quality healthcare product.
To have my life back is absolutely a blessing. I am beyond thankful for WVU Medicine. I absolutely 100% have my life back.
Back out of the timeout, Teddy Marshall trapped just in front of the bench, and Coach Rogers trying to get another timeout call, and he will get it. 30-second timeout is, guessing by the tone of voice, Coach Rogers not really impressed with the utilization of what I'm sure there was a play called out of that timeout. We're going to keep it right here for this 30-second timeout. Remind you that coming up after our coverage, very quickly after the end of this one, we will do a brief post-game show giving you final stats and analysis setting up our next broadcast. But with it being just about 8:40, 2:36 remaining on the clock here, it is WVU basketball. TCU is at the Coliseum. So we will get you to that just as soon as possible. Hopefully get you there for the tip. If not, it will be very soon after. I guarantee you, before the 16-minute TV timeout.
The tip is at 9. If we're not finished in 20 minutes with 2:36 on the clock in this one and an abbreviated post-game show, something's wrong.
Garrett stops with it out of the timeout. Cross-court pass tipped, but does get to Teddy Marshall. Martinsburg looks like they're slowing it down. Anthony Smith looking to drive in, driving on that right side, draws contact, puts up the shot, no good. But Smith going to go to the line for a pair. That foul going to go on Jalen Wright, his first. So a very clean ball. Is that 1 or 2?
I believe that's 2 for him.
They have that listed as 3.
So it is his third. There you go.
Foul.
So we mismarked one earlier.
I mismarked 2, apparently. First foul shot for Anthony Smith, no good. Second one, no good. So Anthony Smith goes 0 for 2 from the charity stripe. 2:15 remaining in the game. Puller brings it into the front court for Washington.
Right now a 10-3 run for these Patriots and a chance to add to that run.
Trey Jackson has it, looking to drive in the lane. He will. Bounce pass, no look to Liam Morris down low. Has that poked away, but Jackson able to come back up with it. Now gets it again to Liam Morris. That right at the rim misses off the front of the iron, and back the other way comes Martinsburg, and a bounce pass goes through the hands of Dorn Smith. Turnover Martinsburg, and 2 very good opportunities for Liam Morris at the rim and couldn't capitalize on either, and 2 great passes by Trey Jackson as well.
Well, and Martinsburg had numbers on the other end, so while the Bulldogs were fortunate that Washington didn't score, the Patriots just as fortunate that they get the ball back still down by 11.
Fuller with the basketball. Gets it to Wright momentarily, looking to drive in. Now tries a fadeaway from about 15 feet. That one short off the iron. Garrett stops with the rebound with 1:27 and counting in the ball game. Some good stops for Washington, just haven't been able to capitalize in the offensive end. Teddy Marshall looks like he was going to drive the lane, now pulls it back out. Bounce pass to Anthony Smith. He drives in the middle of the lane, will pull it back out. It's now Teddy Marshall at the jump circle. Martinsburg slowing it down, just trying to utilize that clock. 1:07 remaining in the game. Down low, it's Tellerville looking to go up, and he does just that. Starting on the left side, little hesitation, going to the right and going straight up with 2 hands.
Yeah, but let's talk about the behind-the-back pass from Anthony Smith to get it to Tellerville to help get him to the rim for 2.
Under a minute to play, 50 seconds. Martinsburg with the 72-59. A lead in this one. Step back, fadeaway jump shot for Danny Moylan. He knocks it down from about 18 feet. 35 seconds left in the game, and it is an 11-point Martinsburg lead. So it looks like it's going to be all cosmetic from here as Washington not fouling Teddy Marshall with the basketball. Under 30 to play, 26-25, 24. Good crossover for Teddy Marshall. Loses it, but able to pick it up down low is Doran Smith. Garrett Stobbs now with it at the jump circle. And Tellerville going to be able to play pass with Garrett Stobbs as Stobbs going to dribble the ball out. Under 10 to play in this one, and Martinsburg is going to get the win. Sends it down in that low block to Teddy Marshall, who's just going to hold the basketball and dribble it out. As the horn sounds, Martinsburg gets the win on the road against Washington, 72-61. The post-game show coming up. We will give you analysis from this one, some final stats from this ball game, set you up for our next broadcast, which is another EPAC game on Friday, and set you up for what could come on Saturday. Oh, that's looking more bleak as the hours go by with the weather forecast for Saturday. And then we will get you to WVU basketball. TCU is at the Coliseum playing the Mountaineers. All that coming up next after this 2-minute timeout. But again, your final from here in Charlestown, it was Martinsburg getting the win over Washington, 72-61.
Get the biggest savings of the year at the 2019 Big Finish event going on now at Miller's Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Martinsburg. How about an all-new Ram 1500 LTD over $10,000 off plus 0% APR? A 2019 Ram HD 3500 over $7,000 off. A 2020 Jeep Compass is only $21,266. The all-new Chrysler Voyager is $27,479 plus 0% APR. And a 2019 Chrysler 300 is only $24,815. Celebrate the 2019 Big Finish with the deepest discounts and lowest APR of the year. No money down, no payments for 90 days. Great selection, great people, and great deals at Miller's Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, Route 9 at Kelly Island Road, home of the lifetime powertrain warranty. Online at millerschryslerjeep.com. Stock numbers 20126, 20017, 19347, 20135, 19232. All payments based on approved credit, taxes, tags, and processing fees extra. See dealer for details.
Hi, this is Eric from Hagerstown Ford. I keep telling you that Hagerstown Ford has completely changed the car buying experience forever. And with a return policy easier than Walmart, Hagerstown Ford has a goal to deliver 350 cars and trucks per month. And when I say deliver, I mean deliver to you, where you are, just like Amazon does. And if you don't want it, return it. No questions asked. The only way Hagerstown Ford can accomplish this extremely aggressive goal is to make the car buying process fast and easy. We simply refuse to play the dumb back and forth games that most dealerships want to play. There's absolutely no reason for you to waste your precious time at a car dealership. I assure you, there is no dealership from Winchester, Virginia to Washington, D.C. that can beat our price. There's no dealership that will allow you to return your new car if you don't want it. Hagerstown Ford absolutely has the best price, and we'll bring the car to you. And if you don't want it, return it, period. No questions asked. There's no reason to buy anywhere else. Visit HagerstownFord.com to schedule your VIP experience and get your new ride delivered to you.
Contact dealer for details.
And in high school, time to get into the post-game show, a service of the Ameris Group and Ameriprise Financial Advisors Phil McCoy and John Everson. Call Ameriprise Financial Services at 304-263-4343 or stop by 1270 Winchester Avenue in Martinsburg. Matt, not the cleanest played game for the Dogs by any stretch of the imagination, but you got to credit Washington. They utilized what they had and utilized the size down low. How about the night for Jalen Wright down low? Really the only reason that Washington was in this game as long as they were.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's a career high, but it is certainly a great night for Jalen Wright as the junior goes for 26 points, 18 of that coming, or excuse me, let me go back and stand corrected. Yep, 18 of that coming in the second half as he had 8 points at the intermission, 4 for 4 from the line, and in that fourth quarter canned a couple of big three-pointers. He was the beneficiary of some very good passing, though, as well, including some great assists from Jalen Puller.
Yeah, but on the other end, I thought Martinsburg did a very good job defensively forcing bad passes for Washington. Got better in that second half, but the first half they really forced a lot of bad passes due to their pressure in the backcourt, and a lot of those bad passes happened in the offensive end, and it was when Washington had numbers, just couldn't quite utilize it and ended up throwing the basketball away. But I thought the defensive pressure in the backcourt and just the trap when they would get into the front court was very good and one of the best I've seen this year from Martinsburg.
Well, and I've got 17 turnovers unofficially for Washington. That's 5 above their average of about 12.2 turnovers per game. 11 of those came in the first half, though, as Martinsburg pushed that lead out to 14, and then they struggled a bit in that third quarter as the Bulldogs pushed the lead out to 19. But in that fourth quarter, Washington handled the ball a little bit better and ultimately outscored Martinsburg 21-13 in that final stanza to make the final deficit 11 points.
72-61 the final here in Charlestown. Another 60-second break to take. When we come back, we'll take a look at some final stats, both individual and team stats from this one, give you our player of the game, and set you up for our next broadcast before sending it out to Morgantown with Tony Caridi for the Mountaineer TCU game. That coming up next, but first a 60-second timeout, then we're back with more of the Ameris Group and Ameriprise Financial postgame show.
Who should you call when it comes to your real estate legal needs?
This is Chris Luttrell, local real estate attorney with offices in Martinsburg and Charlestown. Let's be direct. Buying or selling your home is a matter not to be taken lightly. At my firm, Luttrell LC, we possess the experience and knowledge to represent you and ensure your most important investment is protected. Give us a call at 304-267-3050, 304-267-3050, because at Luttrell LC, your home is our business.
Hi, this is Eric from Hagerstown Ford. I keep telling you that Hagerstown Ford has completely changed the car buying experience forever. And with a return policy easier than Walmart, Hagerstown Ford has a goal to deliver 350 cars and trucks per month. And when I say deliver, I mean deliver to you, where you are, just like Amazon does. And if you don't want it, return it. No questions asked. The only way Hagerstown Ford can accomplish this extremely aggressive goal is to make the car buying process fast and easy. We simply refuse to play the dumb back and forth games that most dealerships want to play. There's absolutely no reason for you to waste your precious time at a car dealership. I assure you, there is no dealership from Winchester, Virginia to Washington, D.C. that can beat our price. There's no dealership that will allow you to return your new car if you don't want it. Hagerstown Ford absolutely has the best price, and we'll bring the car to you. And if you don't want it, return it, period. No questions asked. There's no reason to buy anywhere else. Visit HagerstownFord.com to schedule your VIP experience and get your new ride delivered to you.
Contact dealer for details.
9 for Garrett Stobbs, 7 for Teddy Marshall, and 16 for Anthony Smith. For Washington, a couple of more getting in the scoring column in the second half than in that first half. It was 4 for Trey Jackson in that second half, 2 for Jalen Puller, 26 for Jalen Wright, 13 for Danny Moylan, 8 for Liam Morris, 3 for Davian Carr, and 5 for Taylor Bosley. Those are your individual stats from this one. Matt, how about some team numbers?
Well, Martinsburg hit 5 3-pointers to the Patriots 4. Neither team had a good night from the foul line as Martinsburg goes 7 of 14. That's 50%. Washington goes 5 of 11. That's 45%. Martinsburg did a tremendous job on the boards, really outside of Jalen Wright and what he was able to do on the boards for the Patriots. They did not rebound exceptionally well. I've got Martinsburg at 44 rebounds to 31 for the Patriots, so that's 75 rebounds. Gives you an idea of how this game was played. Up and down the floor action, a lot of shot attempts, and not all of them going down. Martinsburg did commit 13 turnovers of their own, but they still win that category +4, 17 turnovers for the Washington Patriots.
There are your final stats from this one. One more 60-second break to take. When we come back, we will name our player of the game and set you up for our next couple of broadcasts, not only on TV 10, but also on both of our entities. We have some college basketball tomorrow night, Shepherd Ram style. That coming up next as we close out the post-game show after this 60-second timeout. Again, your final from Charlestown. It was Martinsburg at 72, Washington 61.
They're my closest friends. We've been through a lot together. Seeing our kids off to college, Kelly losing her mom, my 50th birthday, I trust them with so much. So when it came to my finances, I trusted Kelly's referral to her Ameriprise advisor. Beth gives me the comprehensive advice that helps me feel confident my financial future is secure. With the right financial advisor, life can be brilliant. Ameriprise Financial.
My name is Monica. I'm an elementary school teacher.
My name is Mitch. I'm a graphic design specialist.
We have 4 children. Currently we have life and auto insurance with Erie. Our agent is helping us to move our homeowners insurance to Erie as well.
They've always been a good company and good customer service. If anything ever happens to me, my family will be protected.
Your local Erie agent in Martinsburg is Smallwood & Small Insurance. Get a quote at smallwoodandsmall.com.
Welcome back into the Mirius Group and Ameriprise Financial post-game show. Hush up there, Mr. Miller. You shouldn't be laughing with that voice. Again, don't know how long it'll take Matt's voice to come back, but we expect him to be back with the play-by-play duties on Friday. Tomorrow night is a little up in the air. We'll tell you what tomorrow night is coming up after we name our player of the game. I know where I'm going, but when I'm doing color, you tend to throw it to me. So I'll throw it to you to see who your thought was. I think we could easily do one on each side.
Yeah, most definitely. And I think it's got to be Telrin Villa for Martinsburg. 29 points, did not score in the first quarter. But once he started scoring in that second quarter, he was dominant. Great job rebounding, great job at the rim as he got several offensive putbacks, had a big slam dunk in the game as well. 4 of 5 from the line, and even knocked down a 3, just his 6th of the season. Not necessarily his forte out there, but he showed you that he could do it. And you got to talk about Jalen Wright, 26 on the night for the Washington Patriots, including a couple of threes of his own. He went 4 for 5 from the line. Those two guys really went hard at it back and forth, and both of them had a great night.
Congratulations to Telrin Villa and Jalen Wright, our 2 players of the game. All right, time to set you up for our next broadcast. Tomorrow night on TV 10 and WRNR TV only, not on the radio side. Matt and I will be in Shepherdstown. It is East Stroudsburg going to invade the Butcher Center to take on the Shepherd University Rams. It's a women's and men doubleheader. The women's game tips off at 5:30, which means our pregame will start at 5:15. The men's game, a scheduled 7:30 tip, and it'll be 20 minutes following the conclusion of game number 1. The next game for us on both entities and for Martinsburg, it is Friday night, and that is now a home game. If you missed our announcement earlier on the schedule that we had been announcing, and that I'm sure a lot of you probably have from the beginning of the season, it says that the game on Friday is Martinsburg Spring Mills in the north end of the county at Spring Mills. That game had to be changed due to the county science fair taking place on Saturday and set up for all that taking place on Friday nights. That'll be a home game now. It won't be 2 home games for Martinsburg. They just switched those times for any Spring Mills fans listening. So those have flipped. So Friday, it'll be Martinsburg and Spring Mills from the Fieldhouse. Our pregame for that will be 7:10, tip at 7:30. We'll get it all started live from the Fieldhouse with Miller time at 5 o'clock. Well, Matt, it's been a pleasure.
It's been fun.
That is going to wrap up our coverage from here today. A big thanks to all the folks here, Athletic Director Dale Schaefer, and all the folks here at Washington High School for their help and hospitality, both head coaches for their help with lineups and rosters. For Eric Sterrick back at the studio, John Alderton, our TV 10 cameraman. For Matt Miller, I'm Matt Crawford. It's time to send you to WVU basketball, TCU at the Coliseum. Until tomorrow night, we'll see you then.
You've been listening to West Virginia High School basketball featuring the Martinsburg Bulldogs. Today's game has been brought to you by
Miller Honda of Winchester, the Marius Group at Ameriprise Financial, Parsons Ford, Smallwood Small Insurance, Miller's Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, the Berkeley County Health Department, Luttrell LC Real Estate Attorney, Mike Folk for Governor, W. Harley Miller Systems, Carpet World, Bechtel Jewelers, Hagerstown Ford, the Brown Funeral Homes, WVU Medicine, and Panhandle Dumpsters.
For the continued excitement of high school, college, and NBA basketball, keep it tuned to Talk Radio WRNR Martinsburg. All rights reserved.